booster. Like I have received like 4 doses already.
4?
Yes.
Is that, we were told the first, the second, and the booster.
At some point, they asked the health workers to do that.
Okay,
so please,
because of the line.
For
okay.
So the boosters are there. So if I'm going back there and say, yes, I've defaulted, can you continue with me? The health workers will be more than willing to make sure that everybody is vaccinated.
But some people are running away because of the impact of the aftermath.
Okay, I have to say that this is what we call adverse events following immunization. Really, for every form of immunization, not limited to COVID-19, there are likelihood of having adverse events. And what do I call adverse events? So headache, fever. Children go for immunization. We take kids, babies for immunization, and then they come back home crying. Sometimes for hours they will cry, and then the mother will give paracetamol, and then they are fine. Men will not know this because they are not the ones taking children for immunization. But as kids have adverse events, adults are not immune to adverse events. So some people will have this vaccine and they will say, I got hungry for almost 24 hours. I was eating like an animal.
And some people are not affected anyway.
And some are not affected, and that is the difference. So I have to say that we have adverse events, yes, but we have serious and non-serious. Most of the ones we have in Osun State are non-serious adverse events following immunization. What do I mean by non-serious adverse events following immunization? Headache, mild fever, pain at the site of the immunization.
I must confess that.
Yeah, so you just have to take paracetamol. Just a part of
the first dose was not high, but the second dose I don't feel it at all.
So all needs to be done is report. If you check your card, you see a phone number there, because people might experience this, and it's important to let them know. If you have any complaint, kindly call the number. It's written DSNO, and then you see the number. Kindly put a call through to that number if you have any form of adverse events. That is, if you have, even if it is headache or pain at the site of the immunization, call that number and report. This is what I have, and then they can advise accordingly. More than advising accordingly, NAFDAC has approved that the vaccine is safe, and it is important for us to report these are the adverse events that we have experienced. These are part of the adverse events. These are adverse events that our people in the state have reported. It's going to even help the manufacturers,
the data collection,
and even the manufacturers to see, if you take this, so as you are coming, we'll be able to say, the manufacturer said if you take this, these are the things you're likely to see within
now let me ask this question. I think like malaria, one state to the other. Now we are talking of, can there be a vaccine for malaria? When it was smallpox, can there be vaccine for smallpox and some other things like that? Are there drugs, known drugs now, that one can recommend, like from your end, go and use this and your COVID will be on?
Just like most viral disease, there is no significant, there is no identified medication. However, we treat symptomatically. So what do I mean by we treat symptomatically? For every viral disease, for every viral infection, it has a course, and it will fulfill its course. So once it's with or without medication, I have to note, with or without medication, after a certain period of time, it will leave. But what are we trying to avoid? The damage it might have caused. So that is why I said we do symptomatic management. This virus has caused headache. You manage the headache. This virus has caused fever. You manage the fever. This virus has caused dehydration. You manage whatever the viral infection has caused. We manage accordingly, because we know that with or without medication, the virus will end its course.
So there are some individuals that, because of their body composition at the moment, they cannot use certain drugs. Maybe they have kidney issue, they have high malaria, they have HIV, like you said the other time. What are those no-go area? If you're having this, you cannot do this.
For anyone that has any known infection, I mean disease,
okay,
they are managing. It is important before you take anything,
you
kindly
complain,
tell your doctor.
Okay.
It is, in fact, if you don't have a doctor, doctors are there at the state hospital and it's free. Just go there and say, this is what someone must have actually told you have this, because a patient will not wake up and say he has kidney disease without it being diagnosed.
Okay.
So the person that diagnosed will be able to advise accordingly. Someone has kidney disease is a medication. Kindly tell your doctor before taking another medication. Now, not limited to COVID-19. Whatever thing or whatever medication you want,
consult your physician.
It is important to consult your physician.
Okay.
That way.
Thank you very much for coming this morning. Your final word to our viewers before we go.
So thank you so much for having me here. I would like to say the state government is really trying.
Okay.
The health workers are really putting their best. So I want all of us to actually complement these efforts by trying to know, by knowing that this virus is here, and then we have to protect ourselves. Like I said, only healthy people will vote.
Okay.
So please let us stay healthy. Only healthy people will sit in that office. So let us prevent ourselves. Make use of your face mask when you're going to be in a cluster. Let us use our hand sanitizer. It's very safe. And most importantly, let us maintain distance as much as possible, and let us get vaccinated.
Okay.
The vaccines are safe.
Thank you very much for coming. Viewers, you've been listening and watching Dr. Mrs. Adeagbo from the State Ministry of Health. She is the state epidemiologist, and we appreciate you for coming today. To everybody, we have been warned, and to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And this is where we rest our case this morning. Tomorrow, we continue with some other topics. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you so much.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure.